Welcome to Film Switch. Today, we're taking a character we love, putting it in conversation with someone unlikely to see what we learn. Or in this case, see who's more evil.
Oh, but first I gotta do a few errands.
Today's theme: delayed horror. Our teachers, Halloween's The Shape, and Spongebob Squarepants' The Hash Slinging Slasher. Let's begin with origin stories.
Tell me the story!
According to Squidward, the Hash Slinging Slasher was a clumsy fry cook who cut off his hand by mistake, got hit by a bus, and after all that, got fired at his own funeral, of all places. In other words, the Krabby Patty's ex-fry cook became the Hash Slinging Slasher after having one
bad day. That's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day.
While the one bad day origin story worked for Alan Moore's Joker, it can hurt horror characters.
What makes the 78 Michael Myers more effective than the Hash Slinging Slasher and so many other horror villains is the mystery surrounding him. The movie opens with the Shape killing and closes with the Shape killing. There's no inner dialogue explaining the one bad day that drove Michael to kill. The only speeches we get are from Dr. Loomis, who basically says Michael is not a character.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Michael Myers is a thing. The Shape evil stalks the earth in. An evil incarnate is infinitely more frightening than a bitter fry cook because a bitter fry cook is preventable. Evil is perpetual. Evil is unstoppable. 1 point to Michael Myers.
Backstory discussed, let's move on to methods. The way our teachers taunt their victims are similar. Both have a thing for phones.
What? Hello?
Both carry around kitchen items. Both work on a schedule. Michael kills on Halloween. The Hash Slinging Slasher kills on
Tuesday night, his ghost returns to the Krusty Krab to wreak his horrible vengeance.
The only point of contrast is appearance. The slasher's red eyes scream bad guy, but just like his origin makes him a bit too human.
The Hash Slinging Slasher used to be a fry cook, just like you.
The red eyes, while scary looking, also make him too human to be truly monstrous.
Red showcases the anger driving him to seek revenge, but everybody's got a little anger in their head. Everybody gets angry. Nobody goes as blank, pale, emotionless as the Shape. Instead of angry red eyes, Michael has the blackest
eyes. The devil's eyes.
With not even anger to reason with, Michael's appearance remains as inhumanly evil as its essence and therefore earns it another point.
Michael's got a good lead, but let's see what happens after discussing our final topic: impact. In our previous video comparing Halloween and Attack on Titan, we came to the conclusion that unstoppable forces like Michael Myers exist. The trauma they'll inflict is inevitable. You are never safe.
It's a bleak conclusion, but it serves as a warning to brace yourself for the day monsters that inflict trauma enter your life. In scaring you, Halloween helps you. A point proven beautifully at a 2018 San Diego Comic-Con panel where a fan of Halloween told Jamie Lee Curtis her actions as Laurie Strode helped him when his home was invaded.
I'm just really grateful for the movie Halloween because 34 years ago it saved my life. I was in a situation where someone had cut the phone wires and a guy was running around with a knife. I was scared out of my mind, and out of nowhere this thought inside of me went, well, what would Jamie Lee Curtis do?
In giving you the bleak ending that is Michael disappearing and still breathing, Halloween cares for you. Michael Myers in the movie cares for you. It says, get ready, because one day I'll be hunting you.
The Hash Slinging Slasher does the opposite. At the end of the episode, the monster that could have been the Hash Slinging Slasher is revealed to be Greenfish Harry Potter. Even Nosferatu, another classic horror villain one should fear, is undercut and turned into a joke. It's a kid's show, so it has to end happily, but by making monsters innocent, the Hash Slinging Slasher builds the perfect, unsuspecting victim for Michael Myers to attack in the future. They'll walk around with a false sense of security, ignoring signs of danger the way Laurie's friends did, and boom.
The slasher may not kill like Michael, but he sets up Michael. He delays the horror that is the shape so that when it arrives, it is that much more unexpected. That much more frightening. That much more irreversible. If a hash-slinging slasher had convinced Laurie to not worry about the masked figure she had been seeing, her guard would have been down and she might not have survived. Instead, she comes away breathing, traumatized, but alive,
Get inside!
with a chance to heal.
Yes, a chance she takes up in the 2018 sequel. The movie shows a paranoid Laurie living in a fortress, awaiting Michael's return. The film explores the negative effects this kind of paranoia can have on a person, but the fact that Michael does come back shows Laurie was right. Her paranoia was justified. Turns out not feeling safe may actually be the best way to stay safe. The 1978 and 2018 Michael Myers scare us into seeing the world as vulnerable to evil, and perhaps scaring is not the best way to go about teaching something, but it kept Laurie alive. And it's better than doing what the Hash Slinging Slasher does, soothe us into seeing the world as impervious to monsters. One delays horror, the other reaps the benefits. The mask, knife, and kills make Michael iconic, but he'd be nothing without the more subtle slasher, working off-screen, quietly convincing people not to think twice when a door suddenly closes or a boyfriend shows up cloaked.
Cute, Bob, real cute.
Convincing and setting people up for death. His subtlety and manipulation of children earns him a crown of evil. 1,000,000 points to the truly sinister Hash.